everyone, Justine here with Blue Jay Orchids. Welcome to another episode of Orchid Wine Down Wednesday. This will be a little different because I'm going to do my Plantio footage and my haul. My haul is going to be a little bit different because I'm actually going to be mounting it. Well, most of it. There's one thing I'm not mounting. So I figured I would just show you the haul and mount the orchids in the same video. Figured, do a little 2-for-1. But yeah, so it's been a long week already. Give you a little story in a second. But tonight we are drinking X Moon. This is a pretty good, cheaper wine from Trader Joe's. A little bit of a sweet, like Pinot Noir. It says this velvety, smooth black Pinot Noir is reminiscent of the early evening sky just before darkness sets in. It's kind of fancy, I guess. I don't know. A lot of writing in it. But as always, drink responsibly. Cheers. So this is right when you walked in and the display on the side. And then I was going to do a proper orchid wind down, but I cannot find my tripod for the life of me. So the only way I can film aside from propping my phone up in a weird way is with the computer camera. So just decided to do it this way because I need to do this video anyway. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But yeah, they had some beautiful flowers here. Plantio's open house was pretty busy, and I ran into a bunch of friends, which was a lot of fun. And that's one of the reasons I don't have a lot of footage, because I was having a little too much fun hanging out and socializing. But always a good time here. Thought this Vanda was very interesting. It's a different type of cross. So it'll be interesting to see if you see more of these, some of their other Vandas, and just some of their other sales area. But yeah, so I ended up shopping with several friends and ran into some viewers, which I always appreciate, and just got a little too distracted. I would film and then I would start talking and then I would forget what I was doing. So reason why there's not that much footage, but sometimes it's better just to live in the moment and appreciate the people in front of you. Some of their Schimbergia crosses, or Mercacapilla, or however you say the new term, and just always interesting things at Plantio. They always have some different, unusual plants. You never know what you're going to find. I was very close to buying this one, but I'm on a very tight budget right now. But still, so close to buying this one. It reminds me of like fireworks. And then, as I did say before at the beginning, there's going to be a haul after we get through the little bit of Plantio footage I did get. This is an off-limit area, but we did get permission to go back here because we were looking for something specific. But this has to be one of the prettiest Francis foxes I've ever seen. This is again in the off-limits area. This is one of their personal plants. The flowers are very unique, very interesting. Was a little too excited here, so the video quality is a little fast, which I apologize for. And just was having too much fun. I didn't even have much coffee, but just the adrenaline still gets to me of like seeing really cool plants. And then just orchid nerding out with all my friends is just, I need to figure out a way to focus because I can't focus anyway. But always a great day with other orchid lovers. Looking at a beautiful white Cattleya here, and then a little fowl in the background. Just so beautiful, so elegant, so frilly. And this is the last of the Plantio footage. Coming up is the haul and then a little sign off. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a little pieced together, I know, but I'm working on trying to get better footage, so we shall see. Alright, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I have the kids' sound machine going, so we'll see how the video quality works. So, I went to Plantio today. Got some very interesting, different things. This is a ghost orchid, not the Florida ghost, but the Jamaican ghost. There's the name on this. And it has 3 spikes. So we're going to mount it onto this clay piece that I made. And I also got 3 Tolumnias and 1 Vanda from Plantio today. So we're going to mount them all together, and I'm going to bring you along. So we'll see how this works, because right now I'm holding the mic. Should probably get the one that has the clip. Be right back. Alright, so let's start with the ghost orchid first. Move these out of the way. Make sure we're in frame. Yep, we're in frame. I got little mini zip ties. We're just going to put it. I don't want to do the roots with this one because that's the whole plant. If you notice, this one doesn't have any leaves or anything. That's why they call it a ghost orchid, because you really only know it's an orchid when it's blooming. So it's different. I thought I'd give it a try. It seemed very intriguing. So let's just... Okay, so tied it there. Going to lift it up. I'm also going to do a tie here. Then we're going to hang it like this. Just want to make sure it's not moving around too much. So let's see. Okay, so not really moving too much. I might do just a loose round of Velcro around it, just with these 2 roots here, just so. But I've heard they don't actually like attach to the basket much, so we'll see though. I'm very curious to see how this ends up. I mean, the flower spikes are just very interesting. Get a pair of scissors. Alright, so Velcro. Do it this way, maybe. Just a little bit more stability, make sure it doesn't go anywhere until it's kind of... So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more research, try to figure it out. So I'm either going to grow it like this, or I'll just lay it flat like that. So play around with it some. Need to make sure I put the tag on here though. Orchid's not worth a whole lot without the tag. Alright, so this was the last purchase I made. saw the mother plant and it just was so interesting and different. I'm like, okay, I gotta have one. And I've actually been thinking about getting one too, just because it's so different. So we shall see. Next up, a little baby Tolumnia. I'm gonna put it on this heart mount that I made. So this is Gyra Flyer number 707. It was the only one I found of this name. It's not, you know, the most exciting or the best sized one, but I've really been wanting this cross. So I'm just kind of seeing if the roots are kind of grabbing. Okay, roots aren't too bad. Ideally, you would maybe want to... Okay, so I lost one pretty decent root. So, could have watered it and not lost the root, but it has some new growth. Some green root tips. It's not too established in the basket, so it's a good candidate for mounting. Sometimes Tolumnias can pout a little. I think it's focusing. Alright, so we're just gonna plop this on here. And when I'm mounting, I'm looking for where's the new growth coming from. It sounds counterproductive, but you actually want the new growth facing the mount because then it's going to grow and attach faster. So I think, let me take a look. So I have to hang it here, so I need to leave some room for hanging it. So I'm going to do it a little off kilter, I think, or do it that way. Could do it that way. So we're going to do it. Or actually, I'm going to do it this way. Because then I can just use gravity and it will grow kind of downward like that and then spread. Because if I put it this way, it's going to run into where I'm going to have to hang it. So I should have put more holes in this thing. But it's a smaller mount. So let's see. Let's do... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't see too many bad roots. So here we go. Zip tie. Go bump. Going to cut this tag off. I'm going to put this tag here. And go bump. Yeah. Bump, bump. By using the roots to anchor it, I don't have to worry about damaging any of the new fans, which is a bonus. And then I can go as tight as I want. See? And then this is, I'm not liking this. I'm going to cut this off and redo this. So I'll just repunch this, and when I hang it, I'll add it there. And I can tighten this a little bit more even. See? It's not going anywhere. And then hang it just like that. Just bounce them. And this is how I grow most of my Tolumnias. Alright, so we got this done now. Cut this. Alright. Another Tolumnia. This one's called Lady in Red. Let's see. Again, not attached too bad, so we're just going to pull her out. There we go. And she's free. I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess that's roots. Huh. Alright, so let's see what she's doing. So this is a brownie melt from Just One More Orchid. I used these a lot before, and I still use them from time to time before I learned how to make some of my own. But I still like these. They have a lot of texture, which the orchids love. Okay, so I got a new root here and here. This over there. Alrighty, so I can hang it like that or straight. I think we're gonna do this. I like the diamond. So let's do, I'm trying to decide where I want the holes to go. Alright, so I got a good point here that I can zip tie. That's in between the growths. I'll do that. Okay, where's the hole? There we go. Stupid zip tie got twisted. Alright, we got it now. Okay, so just make sure I like where it is. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna hang it this way. So I'm gonna put it here. Make sure it's still in the right position. So there's that one. Not a whole lot of wiggle. Hopefully it's working okay. The less movement you have, the better. So this will get added. See how it's not really moving much? It's grown there pretty well. And this one was Tolumnia Lady in Red. Yeah, I was excited to get some more Tolumnias. And then we just have one more. And we got the last one, red cherry. This one's going to go on another one of my bee mounts. It's pretty loose in here. So when I'm buying Tolumnias, I'm looking for health, but I'm also looking for ones that aren't super rooted to the pots, because I'm just going to rip them out and put them on a mount. And sometimes when you do that, they pout. But if they're not established, and you can just wiggle them out like this, they don't mind too much. Take this off. Alrighty, and then take a look, see how I want to mount it. Alright, it looks like new growth's going this way. Okay, so it looks like I can secure it pretty tightly right here-ish without damaging much. That's what we're gonna do. Another zip tie. There we go. Pretty straightforward. And then I just have to decide, sometimes I'll zip tie them to my thing, and sometimes I will do something a little different. I'm also going to zip tie the tag to them right now. Okay, so just going to put it on the corner. Take that off. And I got a hole punch that one. That's my little mounting party for the haul. I'll post some pictures. But yes, so I got 3 Tolumnias, the Ghost Orchid. I'll do an update when this one opens. And like I said, gonna research it. Does anyone grow this one or have any tips? Not too familiar with it. There's the name on it. It's also called the Jamaican Ghost Orchid. But been wanting to give this a try. And then I will get some video of the Vanda I got tomorrow morning when I have some lights. But yep, there's my Plantio haul. Don't have too much footage because I got distracted. But I will tell you guys a little bit about that tomorrow. So that's all for now. Well, who guessed I was going to get this Vanda? Probably a fair bit of people. I mean, it was pretty bluish. So that's it for the haul. I'm very happy with this. I'm excited. It was a good quality plant. And yeah, hopefully you guys liked the video. Sorry for having to do it this funky way. Like I said, I lost my tripod. I don't know where I put it. Because the problem is we hide it from the kids because the kids like to play with it, and then we forget where we hide it. The downside of having kids. And then also the little sticker, normally I move the monitor out of the way so it's not filming, so it's just rotating on the boys sleeping because I keep an eye on them when they sleep still. And just kind of felt weird about having everyone on YouTube watch them sleep. They don't sleep improper or anything, but just felt weird about it, so just put the sticker over it. And then I do have one other thing. My son fell in love with this at Home Depot, so I'm raising him right, or no, Lowe's, if he's falling in love with orchids. He didn't even want to give it back to them when they had to scan it. But I figured this would be a good little opportunity to just show you. So they have bag babies at Lowe's and Home Depot, which are just the orchids in the bags in, let's see, the plastic pots like this, and then they'll have the bags over them. And then they have orchids like this, where it's literally basically the bag baby orchid, and they just put it in a pot like this, and they'll sell it to you for an extra $2 in bloom. So this is $18.98. The bag babies are normally about $16.98, give or take. This is... I haven't quite gotten a fragrance on this. It needs to go outside, and I'll probably get a fragrance, but it had a fair bit of blooms. It's interesting because it looks like it cakeyed a little bit, which is unusual in Cattleyas, but I have seen it in Nodosas. But see, I did it here. So it cakeyed off of the growth. But yeah, so it's a Nodosa crossed with Ruth Young Min Orange or something. So let's see if you can... And then it just says Sunlight Yellow, so it's just describing the color they expect. But yeah, thought this would be... I mean, normally I'm not a huge yellow person, but Nodosa is a very easy grower. Anything with Rossavola in it is an easy grower down here. And the plant was healthy with a lot of buds, and then my son really wanted it, so how can you say no to that? But yeah, little side note. So you can get these at Lowe's and Home Depot, sometimes pretty inexpensively. And then you can also get the traditional bag babies as well. So put this one back here. Stay. But that's all I have for you guys for now. Coming up is the Palmer's open house. And then looks like Sundance Orchids is doing an open house as well. And then instead of just showing you the orchid events coming up at the end of the videos, I think what I'm going to switch to is just doing them in the community post. So if any of you guys have looked at channel's community post, that's where I'm going to be posting most of the upcoming shows. And I'm going to try to post whatever I know is happening. I follow a lot of Facebook groups and a lot of other orchid societies, so I have a good idea of most of the events going on, because I'm slightly addicted and I want to go to most of them. So yeah, look at the community post. If anyone's having trouble finding the community post, I just posted today. So this video will come out tomorrow, so technically I posted yesterday, but today I posted about the two nursery open houses that are happening. So hopefully you guys find that helpful. Hopefully you liked the video. This was a different way to do the haul. And yeah, hopefully I found my tripod. But cheers. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, keep growing. Bye.